I'm a passionate believer in our duty to reduce energy consumption, and I also believe that ESOS is a significant step forward. But I'm not an idealist. My beliefs are founded on 30 years practical experience of working to reduce energy consumption in manufacturing environments, both with like-minded specialists in JOP over the last 15 years and also elsewhere previously. So I do understand what the challenges are, but I also see ESOS as a real opportunity for businesses to achieve energy and therefore cost savings. But apparently this isn't a common view. We carried out some research recently that shows that 60% of respondents felt ESOS is an inconvenience and just another layer of bureaucracy. 56% said ESOS is a well-intentioned scheme but unlikely to achieve real energy savings. On that basis, and where 88% of respondents also said that they didn't have enough knowledge about ESOS, I hope that with more understanding will come enlightenment. You or your company's stance with respect to ESOS will largely depend how you currently deal with energy matters. If your company hasn't focused on energy or has done little, then simply complying with ESOS would in fact be a good start. An ESOS assessment will confirm existing consumption and costs, identify opportunities to make reductions, enable you to prioritize and to start an action plan. It is up to you to choose what you do with this information. It's likely that your best approach is to outsource to an energy professional. If you already have a good amount of information, you have three choices. Compile existing information yourself, fill any gaps and get an external lead assessor to validate and sign off before submitting to the Environment Agency. Get a lead assessor in your own organisation. RPEC is a good standard, others are available. If gaps could be more significant, you could outsource the whole process to an energy professional. They would compile information, survey for opportunities, and as lead assessor, validate and sign off the ESOS assessment on your behalf. If this could be your organisation, then considering the flexibility of the ESOS reporting system will be important. Ideally, you will want a system that will provide a live, ongoing database of continuous improvement or CI opportunities, and not an assessment that is fixed at a point in time. In addition to auto-calculating life cycle costing analysis, tracking implementation, allocating project owners and ensuring projects are always current, such a system like JRP's Energy Activator will also enable ease of compliance in subsequent years. If you have a lot of CI information and you're confident, then simply getting a lead assessor, internal or external, to validate and sign off so that you can submit to the EA could be one approach. However, as the energy and CI information you hold should already be available in various databases, your company should probably be thinking more ambitiously about ISO 50001. Otherwise, ESOS is likely to be a burden to your organization. If you have complied with ESOS via certification with 50001 by December 2015, covering all of your organization's energy use, then this is a good way forward. Some organizations will choose to seek ESOS compliance through 50001 accreditation, even though it is far more rigorous and involved process. ISO 50001 is a holistic approach to energy management, so the bottom line is that it will, if applied properly, substantially reduce energy consumption and therefore costs. It encourages and then mandates, if this may be helpful to you, all aspects of energy management in 7 key areas of policy, data and targets, continuous improvement, training, energy management teams, meetings and communication. A traffic light approach can help to show progress in these 7 key areas. From experience, the ISO 50001 opportunity in itself is between an overall 15 to 40% reduction in energy costs. Benefits other than energy reduction are frequently also identified. A global power systems customer started their ISO 50001 journey with a pilot site in March 2014. This slide shows that savings of 5%, worth over 100,000 a year, have already been achieved, although certification is still 4 months away. These savings have primarily come from energy training, toolbox talks, one-to-one sessions in the factory, as well as increased focus and implementation of simple CI opportunities. The typical energy bridge is a good way to create a forward plan. We say that savings are between 15 to 40%. An ESOS audit is largely about identifying savings opportunities. A comprehensive audit for McVitie's identified over 40% potential energy savings worth £800,000 a year across the site from detailed energy survey work. This video clip shows a number of different potential opportunities that could be easily available from just having energy champions and other behavioural improvements available within the factory. Achieving ISO 50001 could progress all of these opportunities into actual bottom line savings. ISO 50001 will typically take between 9 to 12 months to implement, depending on where you are in terms of a gap analysis, and maybe could take less time if you are already having components of this in place. If this is a possibility in your mind, you need to act fast. A business plan and strategy for senior management can take 1 to 2 months to complete, on top of the implementation phase, which could be at least 9 to 12 months, meaning that commencing the strategy in 2014, i.e. this year, is a must. I come back to comply or fly, and I unashamedly believe you have two completely different choices when commencing your strategic approach to complying with ESOS. ESOS compliance in itself will be of benefit where the participant is at the beginning of the journey, unearthing opportunities that would typically be under 2 years of simple payback. However, if your organization really wants to fly, then the business benefits of ISO 50001 are substantial, and this is the ideal time to review your position. If you're faced with the option of ESOS or ISO 50001, we've put together a flowchart to help you decide the best route. This can be accessed via the JRP website. So in summary, I am sure there is work still to be done to convince many of the real benefits possible from ESOS. So as numbers speak louder than words and money talks, how about this? An average site-wide energy survey alone should identify 20 to 30% energy savings. What is this as a percentage of your energy spend? Serious money. Using bespoke software that JRP have developed and been using for the last 18 months, called Energy Initiator, we have reduced the time required to carry out an energy survey by 30% compared to the traditional energy survey, and we consistently identify 50% more savings in doing so. There is clearly a sound business case for ESOS.